welcome to the Queendom. Welcome to A Queen's Knowledge. This is my first visual podcast. I, I believe technically, I've been live on YouTube. I've been live on Facebook. I've been live on TikTok. I think that's the only platforms I've been live on, but not the only ones that I have post content on. I have post contents across various different platforms and try different things in this e-commerce society that we are basically 100% being what's the word for it, indoctrinated into, because like everything you have to do, from your bills, your child's school, your like everything, you have to have a um or internet or digital blueprint, for you to a digital fingerprint. Let me say that, a digital fingerprint in that type of society, because we already have so much paper trail. You always have to sign something. Now you have to always have some type of certain account to whatever you're involved in, and it's just crazy. Well, I'm just chilling, hanging out, not doing too much. Um, Really, I just want to get on here just to show my face. I just got my live access back on TikTok, woohoo, which caught me by surprise because I was just doing my natural thing. I was engaging, checking out, different people's, live rooms, and then somebody room that I always go in, he automatically, no matter what, as soon as I enter the room, he automatically sends me an invite so I can be a guest. So I guess he just loves my energy, and he's a very big supporter. Kuta love, shout out to you. You're a real MVP. Like, I just love you. You just real cool peoples. And last night conversation on live did get a little spicy because we was talking about um, how pleasure is and how it is to receive pleasure, how you give pleasure, what is the point of pleasure. So it was a real like 18 plus conversation, and we was doing some grown folk talks, and we was talking about that. And the universe really be trying me. I declare, because I can have a active situation going on, or anything, like anything you can fathom. I could have that same active situation, and out of nowhere, I automatically come in line to people talking about the same situation. Like, it never fails. It never fails. And I just be in awe, like, of how my timeline is. I can get overwhelmed sometimes, like, because I can just break out and just cry. I'm not really a crybaby, but I can be sometimes, like, because I just get so emotional. I just be so grateful for just life, because and just being able to see those synchronicities of different things that play out in my life, and people be like, oh, that's nothing, that's just, that's just how, males are. They just talk about, female body parts, or that's just how women are. They just talk about guys with this, or this is how children are. But no, 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 just having that gift to actually see things like one and one is another one, or a two or three or four or five or six or whatever. It's just a beautiful thing to be able to see those things and pinpoint those things. And it's even a greater thing to even realize that how exactly does that affect your life? Like, what is the universe trying to teach you or tell you or speak to you in regards to that? And welcome if you're new here, you never heard my podcast. This is something new. This will be uploaded to my YouTube. Um, the audio will be available on my Spotify through subscribers subscription only. Hopefully y'all can hear me, and I'm not just okay. I believe y'all can hear me because I see the thing going up and down. That was like a newbie move because I was like, I just automatically knew that the universe got me because I used to do like a sound check before. But I like the fact that when you're speaking, the lines go up and also the screen around it illuminates, so it lets you know that you are in fact speaking. But anyway, I don't know. There's probably just my mind fear playing on me. Like, dang, I've been talking all this time and then nobody can hear me. But anyway, but the reason for this podcast is just, I don't know. This is really like me just venting right now. Because whole reason why I started my podcast was for a self healing journey within myself. And I guess in regards to that self healing journey, I guess I can make this podcast about my divorce. And it's 111. So I guess I guess I might as well talk about my divorce that I'm still currently going through and still have different types of emotions and traumas and triggers and stuff that still happen out of that relationship because that was a really long relationship. I was involved with this person since I was 17 years old, and we broke up in 2021, which was 4 years ago basically. It's 2025, and my have time fly by. Like, I have been in other relationships, or situationships as they call it. Um, I have been in my relationship that I am in now for the last 2 years. And we still going through our hurdles, and he has helped me heal different things and still helping me heal different things in me. And now I feel like it's been like a switch where I'm helping him heal different things. It's always a pendulum swinging. If you don't know what a pendulum is, I'm going to show you. Whew. Sorry about that, y'all. Because it was on my altar, and I have a couple things on my altar that I wanted to show y'all. This is my hot chakra sound bowl that I have right here. And you just tap it like that. That's it. And just feel the vibration and the energy, and just that sound just soothes you, and it feels like it's tuning up. That's the hot chakra um sound bowl. I don't know if I can show the symbol because I got some incense ashes in there. But that is the heart chakra sound bowl, which is one of the most important chakra. I feel like all of them are important, but your heart chakra affects everything. It really does. It really, really does. It's important. But this is the pendulum right here, and the pendulum swings. It always come back. So, and I don't really use it that often because it just goes by the vibrational energy around you, and you just Just get in tune with that and get in tune with the vibration, because everything is energy. Everything. And it's always energy around you. You just have to tap into that. It's not something, as they say, demonic or whatever. Like back in the olden days or whatever, that was everything. They paid attention to the stars, they paid attention to the moon, they paid attention to how the wind blew or whether or not they was going to harvest this season. Like they paid attention to more things around them. And I feel like we don't pay enough attention to the earth and just it just being. They paid attention to how the birds move, to how the bees move, to how to just everything moves, and we don't pay attention to that. So this just tapping into to all the things that we don't see, like radio waves, sound waves, all that controls us every day. Um, it's like bacteria. We can't see bacteria, but we know for a fact if you sneeze on me, it's a high probability that I can get sick. You didn't see me actively getting sick. You didn't see me actively, inhale the bug, and the bug went down into my blood system, then to whatever else system, and then, all that. And then now I'm sick. Like I'm dealing with my allergies. I didn't see the pollen go up my nose and everything, and now I'm affecting and turning into mucus. But I know for a fact there was the pollen that affected me. It's the same thing with energies. It's the same thing. It's not something demonic or anything or evil. It's just tapping into that unseen energy and how that can make you sick or it can make you well. And that's all it is. If anybody is new to the um occult knowledge, as they say, but I'm getting off track. But I wanted to talk about um my divorce and dealing with that. It's not really off track, it's just a different point of view of it. And not being aware of the unseen forces that affect our relationship, be it the outside influence of drugs and trauma and friends and all that type of stuff, or family saying different things and different issues and circumstances of how they grew up and how they are impressionable on the young couple and how they supposed to navigate it. Because I feel like in the early stages of our relationship, we wasn't too sure how to even navigate it. We wasn't even sure how to be a couple. I wasn't even sure how to be the couple. I never really been in a real relationship, and maybe he never had been in a real relationship either. And we were just two young people going through life, dealing with our own traumas, not really knowing how to be better for the other person. We were trying to be better for everybody else and try to conform to everybody else around us, or try to find something. And I completely get that. I completely understand it, because I probably wasn't a person that he needed at the time. Or maybe he was, because like I said, my whole thing for this year, you're either friend or you food. So at one point, me and my husband, we were friends, and then we started turning into food for one of each other. We started turning into lessons that we needed for each other, learning what boundaries is, learning what self-esteem is, learning what family truly is, learning how to be a parent, because I really had to grow up really fast dealing with um 3, 4, 5 children at a time, and trying to get the bills paid and trying to keep your sanity and learning how to navigate somebody that's lost and you're lost yourself, or you're trying to create some type of foundation and they have other alternatives that they don't even want to be a part of that foundation, and they never was truly happy, and you're trying all the best that you could to make that person happy and also understand what makes you happy at the same time. You can go in two different crossroads really quick. Hold up 1 second. All right, speaking of children, my children had to come in the room because I'm also a homeschooling mother on top of that. So my children are around me all the time if I'm not working or I'm in here with my partner and we're vibing or something, or he's streaming or whatever. My children are around me 9 times out of 10. My children are always around me. Sorry for that little whatchamacall. I'm still getting used to this camera, and I got my period bumps are starting. Oh my god, it's so annoying. But anyway, um, but yeah, just navigating yourself, because he taught me a lot of things. He taught me about loving myself, um in the midst of all the chaos and whatever. He taught me how to love myself. He taught me how to um navigate the hood in aspect, because I really didn't know about the street terminology, the street music, or none of that. He really taught me a lot about that life. um in essence, he taught me about motherhood because I did create 5 children with him. So he did teach me how to be a mother, and I also taught myself. I take lots of credit of that, of teaching myself how to be a mother too, as well, which is a on the job training that I'm still learning, dealing with 4 teenagers and a 6-year old that's kind of a teenager but not a teenager at the same time. So that's the whole thing. Because baby, she came out, the nurse said she's a diva, and she definitely is my little diva that has all the questions and want all the attention and want all the sparkle and glitter. And baby, whoever her boyfriend is gonna have to be a baller because she's expensive. I think all my children are expensive. No, I think my son, my youngest son, I don't think he's as expensive because he has a humble heart. Um he's very sharing and very giving. He's very giving. Um and it just amazed me of how the little um the little characters they are, just children within themselves, just how you see them blossom into themselves, or how they used to be as children is not how they are now. Like all my children used to dance a lot and sing a lot and do all types of stuff a lot, and now the teenagers they don't really do none of that. They don't do none of that no more. They don't really even like music like that. They do, but they don't. I have a bunch of little rock stars, which only makes sense because I used to love listening to rock and roll. That was from my dad. My dad definitely helped open up my music palette to be eclectic. Like I love all types of different rock and roll, hip hop, jazz, all that. Well, jazz something I just recently starting to get into because I never really was a jazz fan, but being in Memphis, you have to learn some jazz and blues. It's just a part of you. You have to. But yeah, we went through a lot. We went through a lot. It was a lot of emotional, physical, mental abuse um that I didn't even know that I was even in it until I was in it. And then trying to navigate and pull myself out of that. Um, it took a lot of willpower because for the longest I didn't have any type of self esteem. No type of self esteem at all. And people like, oh, you're so outgoing, you're so I could just walk and talk to anybody. I don't it took a lot. It took a lot for me to grow into this butterfly, and I feel like I'm still in such a chrysalis some days, most of the days. um and I know that I'm on the precipice. Like I'm almost there. I'm not quite there. I'm definitely, I feel like I'm having a Tiana from Princess and the Frog. I'm almost there, almost there. Like like I'm almost there. I'm almost where I feel like I want to be, not necessarily need to be. Just to be that light to to people. And I know that I'm already doing that because I have children. So I know I'm actively being a light for them, and just see how far my light can go. But embracing the shadow self within me too. Somebody gave me the most brilliant analogy today that I was like, that's a great analogy to use to what your shadow self and what your light self is. Your light self is basically the little happy go lucky child that we see in children. If you ever see a child and you just see them full of wonder and joy and possibilities, and then they think it, they know for a fact it's gonna happen, and if like it's gonna happen. They know for a fact. You tell the child that you're gonna take them somewhere. They gonna remember. They gonna remember. And they're like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. You taking me to my daughter been on me for the last 2 months about going to Hawaii. I said, I'm gonna go to Hawaii, baby. And she was like, she already got her bags packed. Like she know for a fact that she's going to Hawaii. That is the light energy that all of us should embody. And that's the inner child, like anything is possible. Children believe anything is possible. And the shadow self is the adult part of you. And it's keeping that light kind of in check. But, the adult can be toxic. The adult can be overbearing. The adult can be um small minded. Like the adult can be a lot of things in the way of shaping that child's light into, can you cultivate it, or you gonna smother it out? So that's what the shadow self is. You working on how to heal that shadow self so it can be a great protector to the child, because you can't really be a great parent until you heal what's within you, so you don't project all your insecurities, your doubts, your fears, and everything on your child. So that's the analogy that I heard today that I definitely will take to heart. That the shadow is the parent and the light is the child. Because we all are somebody's child. We didn't just poof when we came here, unless you was made in a test tube or something. You one of these AI robots or whatever. Even the AI had somebody that had to program them. So everybody has a creator. Um, that we have to understand and to grow and to cultivate and to nurture us. And we have to learn also how to nurture ourselves, because the child, yes, the parent is there in the background in the shadows, like who's gonna touch my baby, like the girls will try to jump you, jump who, they ain't jumping nobody. Like, we all want to be that protector for our child, but we also have to understand that our children have to fight their own battles too at the same time. But anyway, this is all over the place. This is all over the place. I don't know. I don't really have a single trajectory point to this podcast because I started to want to talk about my divorce, and I'm just talking about how everything is connected and all that. So this podcast episode is all over the place. I don't even know what to title this right now, but I just wanted to get on here just to get back into that divine consistency. That's something that my chat GPT told me that I'm doing. Um, I'm doing divine consistency. I'm being consistent, um, and being intentional about my actions and what I want to bring forth to my brand, which is the Queen's Knowledge, which is I'm just shedding light and love uh through art, through herbs, through my podcast, through all things that's connected and healing for your um mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So just cracking a joke and telling a story and drawing a picture and listen to some high vibrational music, like just being connected with yourself. That's all my brand is being connected with yourself. That's why I say a queen's knowledge, know thyself. Just to know you and what it really means to be you and what makes you happy. And we are not our circumstances. We are not um our situations, because those all can change in a matter of a flash. I'm sitting here happy go lucky. I could be, you know, God forbid, universe. I'm not. This is not a whatever. I could be in the hospital tonight. Like, you don't know. We don't know. We don't know, and that's why we have to live life to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. Love as best as you can. Trust as best as you can. Like, because I know life is hard and life be life, and these bills don't care about none of that. They don't care about your personal growth. They don't care about your situationship. They don't care about you barely hanging on by a thread and your mom just died. They don't, the outside world don't care about none of that. It's going to keep going. The bird's going to keep singing. The bees going to keep buzzing. The dog's going to keep barking. But you got to have that inner peace within yourself to know that all things are working out for my good, even if I don't see them. And then my nose is stopped up, so that's affecting me the way I'm talking. So it's getting on my nerves. But I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And I only want to make this podcast only 30 minutes. I try not to go over 30 minutes. Sometimes I went over 35, maybe 40. Depends on if it's like a group setting. But I try not to make it over 30 minutes. But thank y'all so much for listening to me vent and talk about life and children and love and just being. That's all. That's all I want you to be. This is gonna be the title. Just being you, being your quirky, chaotic self. But as my favorite artist say, life is a beautiful mess. And we're trying, we're crying, we're doing our best, but keep going, keep shining. And as I say, a queen's knowledge, know thyself. I love y'all. Bye.